Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Geist, and I will be your instructor for EDEC 6310. And this is an online course, completely online course. So I thought that I would give you a little bit of an overview of the class. We will be using Blackboard quite a bit for this class, and so you should get used to it and comfortable with using it. When you enter your Blackboard course or your My Blackboard, which is if you select here, your course should show up there, 6310. And if you click on that, it should take you to this page to start out, the announcements page. And, this is where I will post any announcements that come up that you need to be doing, whether that's a reminder of what's due or when you need to do things or answering questions that people have. So you can also take a look here. I've linked up a few things, some PowerPoint slides, a link to the Highland School, which is a Democratic education school in West Virginia. Just some things that I found that were interesting, and you can choose to read them or not. They're just more things that I found interesting, and again, feel free to peruse them at your leisure. Um, so let me kind of just go through some of this and then go over the syllabus and then let you email me if you have any concerns. So first of all, if you want to get to the syllabus, you just click on the syllabus tab here, and then you can click on here, and this will take you to the syllabus for this class. And this is early childhood curricula and methods, especially focusing on special needs children. We will be covering things like universal design for learning, and also IFSPs and all those types of things. My name is Dr. Eugene Geist. I'm a professor of early childhood education in the Department of Teacher Education in the Patton College of Education. My office is 309 H McCracken, if you ever need to actually physically come and find me. But you might want to make sure that you call me first if we are having a meeting, just to make sure that I'm there. I'm usually running around, and I teach most of my classes in a different building. So if you want to have a meeting, I'm happy to do so, but let's set up a time. My email address is geist@ohio.edu. I also have a Twitter feed and a Facebook feed if you'd like to sign up for those. And this is the link to Blackboard where you will find all of the information. So this course description, Early Childhood Curriculum and Methods, it's a course which students gain knowledge and skills to work with young children between the ages of 0 to 8 who have typical or atypical development. I'll let you read the rest of the course description yourself, but that pretty much says it all. That's what we're going to be focusing on, and of ways of working with children in inclusive settings, especially, and making sure that that every child's needs are being met. Many times, what we need to do is we need to think about the fact that whether a child is labeled with a disability or not, everybody has struggles and issues with learning. Not everybody is perfect. Some kids might be really great at one thing but not another, and they might need some help in with other issues. It just might not be something that we label as a quote unquote disability. So what we need to be doing is making sure that we're making courses accessible to every child with every type of thought process and every type of disability or ability possible. I'll let you go over the course objectives yourself also, and also the standards and outcomes that we'll be covering in this course. And we do have a lot of required readings for this course. And some of these are electronic resources, and some of them you will need to purchase. So there are three books. They come in a set. The Carol Gerhart Mooney books. Okay, the Theories of Childhood and Introduction. This is going to cover Dewey, Montessori, Erikson, Piaget, Vygotsky, some of the basic early childhood theorists that we talk about. And then we're going to be talking. There's another one on theories of attachment. This covers people such as Ainsworth, who have worked with children with certain types of attachment disorder, or why attachment is important. And this is important for us to know because we have to remember that that children are not just cognitive developing; they are also developing social emotionally, and this is a very important thing for us to look at. And then also the Carol Gerhart Mooney theories of practice, and this is going to be important for us to think about how we do things in practice, how we go in and how we actually teach these children. Then there is the A.S. Neal Summerhill School, revised edition, 1995. This is going to cover democratic education, again, a very radical way of thinking about education, but I think it's one that's important for us to cover. And then Carolyn Edwards and George Foreman, The 100 Languages of Children, because we will be talking a lot about the Reggio Emilia experience. And then also these are online resources, the IDEO Design Thinking for Educators packet. This is online. And the Theory and Practice of UDL, which is also available for free online. So you've heard me talk a lot about theory and practice, and that is going to be a big part of what we do in this class is integrating theory and practice. So your final paper will be for 40% of your grade will be a theory into practice paper that you will write on some aspect, and I will leave this open to you, and you can talk with me about what you would like to do, and I can give you some guidance, but some element of taking theory and putting it into classroom practice with children. So again, we can talk about this individually, and I can help you kind of work through your thoughts. But this is what it's going to be. It needs to be about 8 to 10 pages long, and APA or comparable format. If you're more familiar with MLA or whatever, I'm fine with that. But APA is the preferred style. Then there are a number of different modules that you will work through in this course, and I'll show you those when we get to doing Blackboard. And each of these has a different point value, mostly because the evidence-based practice module is actually 3 modules. So, and then I have the links to them here. There are also links to them in Blackboard. So there's a UDL module, okay? There's an evidence-based practice, 3 modules, okay? And those are worth 30%. And then there's a differentiated instruction module, which is worth 10%. And then an inclusive environments module, which is worth 10%. And the way that you will get points for those is that as you complete the modules, there should be at the end some sort of certificate or some sort of proof that you have completed the module. either download that or take a screenshot of that and upload it to Blackboard in the assignments section, and that will fulfill your requirements for completing each of these modules. If for some reason you can't do that, or you miss, somehow it doesn't work right or whatever, you can just write a short paragraph summary of what you learned in that module and some key points that you think were very important for your learning. If you'd rather do it that way, you can. Now, here's just kind of a suggested schedule. This is a self-paced course, so I'm not going to be checking up on you. I may send some emails out just kind of reminding you that you should be at a certain point. But again, this is this is a suggested schedule. Again, there are on Blackboard, which I will show you in just a minute, there are places where there are some videos. And then also, of course, there are your readings that you need to do. And I know it's a lot of reading, but remember, we're not having class meetings. So the time that you're putting aside for this course, which is a 3-hour course, so you should be spending, we would be spending 3 hours in class. You need to be spending at least 3 hours working on this course, either by reading or doing the modules, about 3 hours a week. And so, I would say for every class, you would also have some stuff where you would actually do homework. So, it might be 3 to 4 hours that a week that you should be spending on this, whether that's reading or doing your module or writing or doing whatever. Okay, so that's why there's a lot of reading, because I will not be lecturing. I may put some videos up about a few things, but I'm not going to be lecturing, so your reading is really where you're getting this from. If you have questions, I will put up some discussion boards so that you can kind of talk about what you're learning, or if you have any questions, and I'll try to monitor that, and maybe we can get some discussion going. So that is something that we can also do. So you could see week 1 through week 15. And, everything needs to be turned in by the end of finals week, which I think is May 11th, somewhere around there. So you just need to make sure that everything's in by that time. And then this is just an explanation of the grading scale. And there is the grading scale. Actually, this is the wrong grading scale. I will update this when this is for a different course. So everything will be out of 100 points. And again, the percentages on this are correct, but the point values are incorrect. All right, so that's the syllabus. Let's close that out. And then here are your assignments. This is where you're going to turn in your assignments. And again, here's your theory into practice paper where you'll turn that in. And for each module, there is a spot here for you to either write a submission, again, a paragraph or two about what you learned and key points, or you can just upload, you can browse your computer and upload a picture of your certificate of completion, or what, if they give you one of those. Okay. All right, let's cancel that. Also, let me go back and show you this. If you are writing, you can save it as a draft, but if you do that, it doesn't send it to me. To get it graded, you have to hit submit. Okay. Now, there's no due date for these things because, again, it is self-paced. So, you could upload all these at the last minute, okay, if you want it. But you don't have to. I wouldn't suggest that you do that. I would suggest that you pace yourself, look at the suggested schedule, and go by those, and make sure that you get, work on a little bit every week, and try to pace yourself, because, putting all these modules off to the last minute, they do take some time. So you need to pace yourself and use your time wisely. Here are the module links again, and let's take a look at, so for example, this evidence-based practice module. Okay, and you just follow the instructions, and again down here there is the button to begin, and it will take you through. There's videos that you could do, that you can watch. There are things that you can interact with. Um, okay, so if you can see here, you can read these, and it gives you lots of things for you to read and interact with. And again, like I said, you go through these modules, and go through, and then at the end, if there is an assessment, you see there's an assessment at the end. All right, so you can go through and do this assessment, okay, and upload what you write. Upload your assessment to the spot on Blackboard. Okay. Again, it doesn't have to be really long. You try to answer these if it's just a couple paragraphs. So I think all of these have an assessment like this. And then that should be that should be what you upload. Okay. Okay, and all of those I think are pretty much similar. They're all from the same place. Again, if we take a look at the inclusive environments one, again, it looks very similar. It has the same kind of work through. You can download these in PDF if you would like to, read them by yourself. Again, the assessment at the end has about 5 questions for you to answer as you go through. And again, you just write those and then upload those in the assignment section. In the syllabus, there is some reference to certain videos, and those are here. Some of them are audio rather than video. These first 2 are audio. This is video. This is about Reggio, 100 Languages of Children, some stuff on Carl Jung and Piaget on Piaget. These things are suggested for you to watch in the syllabus. So this is where they are. They're under the video. Now, some of these might not be listed. And if they're not listed specifically, then they are optional. But I do encourage you to take a look at some of these, because I did put these in here for many times for really good reasons. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff on Waldorf schools and democratic schools and those types of things. I also have some theoretical resources. So as you're reading your books on the theorists that we're talking about, you might want to check out some of these. We don't talk about the behaviorists too much, because behavioral approaches really aren't best practice, but you still might want to peruse some of the information on there. Okay. And recordings, well, this is where I'm going to put things like this, like what I'm doing right now. If I record a class, or if I record something that I want us to talk about, then this is where it's going to show up. So you might want to check here every once in a while. Discussions, this is where I'm going to do some discussion boarding. And again, we've got a section here for discussions on reading, recordings and videos and readings. So if you have any questions or you want to give some feedback, go ahead, do it here, and I will try to respond. The group section, I haven't decided if I'm going to break you up into groups or not, so we might not use this. We might not actually use this, and I mean, that'll be fine, but I'll let you know if we do. And that's pretty much it. So again, you have my email in the syllabus, and if you need to talk to me, or if you have any questions, let me know, and we can do it by email or we can do it by phone call, and we can get this knocked out. All right, so I'm looking forward to a great semester. Again, feel free to contact me. Sometimes, since this is an online course, you may not hear from me for a while. I may be working on other things, but that doesn't mean that you can't contact me, and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. All right. Well, that's it for right now, and good luck, and I look forward to a great spring semester.